All Terrain Nation, today on the show, we've got the new 2023 Grand Wagoneer Obsidian with the new 3-liter Hurricane engine. That is right. It's got Stellantis brand new engine, twin turbo in this thing, and they say it's better than a V8. And I'm curious about it, so we're going to definitely get it out on the highway for a short. This is going to be a short, look at this vehicle, but we are going to give you some driving impressions. So if you're interested in this vehicle or just in the engine itself, I'm going to let you know about it. But this thing is bougie, and so I got to bring Miss Bougie in here because she's all about the bougie. And Miss Kelly,
all about the bougie.
What do you think of this thing?
I actually really like this because
we rushed to get to this one.
We did. We actually ran outside to grab this before somebody else did. We made sure we were first out the door on this one because this is really soccer mom meets class and everything else with it. So you all know I love the color too on it. So I mean, let's talk about it. The gray, it's called Baltic Gray, is actually what it is on this. And
Kelly
this is
a
color update.
All about the dark grays. Yeah. She loves these colors.
This is a color upgrade on it. I like how it's almost midnighted out or blacked out.
With that piano finish to it.
Yeah, that
really
piano
nice.
finish is really nice on it. And I'm actually a really big fan by the way this one looks.
So this is the new Hurricane engine. It is a straight six, twin turbo. Pretty cool. There's not a lot. I mean, you can see it. Yes, there's not a lot you can tell from this thing. All right, Kelly, so what is the fuel economy in this big beast?
So this one, as stated right now, is 14 city and 19 highway.
Which is, guys, this is a big beast of a vehicle. So I'm curious what it will do in a full-size truck. But I love the little touches. They're really starting to do some details to this thing. So Kelly was awful excited.
All right, so I really love the touches on this one because a lot of them will say built in Detroit, but I love that it actually tells the cities that they were born in, so to speak.
Yeah, designed and built.
So you've got your design in Auburn Hills and you've got your built in Warren, Michigan.
I think it's pretty smart, and I think some of that reason is because Stellantis being a global company now, they want to make sure people know, hey, Jeep and everything is still, our companies here in the United States are still American made and proud of it. But overall, the look of this thing, you get a little bit of faux carbon fiber looks there. The underneath looks great. You got the mat, so it's going to be quiet when we start it up. And
you want me to do it?
I'm going to have to hear some zoomies on this one. Push that button.
Push that button.
As you can see, this thing is it's a luxury vehicle, but it's still gonna have a little bit of grumble to it. You can hear it. And that's the startup. Kelly, can you give me a little revs? So there you can see, it's nothing like crazy, but they don't want this thing to sound crazy. They want this thing to sound refined and be quiet. And it's still, though, that nice little rumble here. I know you love giving this thing a little throttle.
No.
And you like any car we test, you kind of want to see what it'll do. Let's see what the takeoff of this thing actually can do with this new Hurricane engine.
I can do it?
Yes, do it. All right, this thing is really quiet. We're on some rough Texas roads here, and we've noticed it within some lesser vehicles that very loud in the cabins. Very nice in this thing, as it should be. For what this vehicle is going to cost you, you would hope that it's going to be nice. Now they never film right, but we got a nice heads-up display. It gives you the road signs so you know exactly how fast you're going there. Plus, you've got it all down here in your screen as well. I like the crispness of the screen itself. The seating position is really nice. The steering wheel feels comfortable, feels racy almost. And this engine, like, it's pretty refined feeling. Let's get into it. Now, is this engine made to, in this vehicle, is it made to like throw you back? No, this engine is more about losing cylinders. You could put a big V8 in this, and I know they offer a V8 in these Wagoneers, but it's still plenty of power in this thing. And of course, fuel economy, I'd like to see the fuel economy a little bit better in this thing. It was like 14-19, but considering that the old Suburbans and stuff were 9 and 12, like, we've made leaps and bounds in this segment of vehicle to make them do as good as they can, honestly. But Look at this, we're dead road in front of us, just beautiful line of sight here, and I'm just going to continue on driving. All right, this is the money shot, as it were, because this thing, look at this. I love that they've got the Series 2 all through it. The stitching everywhere, just nice leather to this. Like I said earlier, you're not going to just see it once. You're going to see it all over the place. They're going to let you know that you're in a Grand Wagoneer. But Kelly,
well, you're paying for the name.
You are paying for the name, and you are in the captain's chair of this thing.
I am.
How does it feel to sit in such a luxurious vehicle, as it were?
Can I have one?
No. This is a little bit out of our budget.
Dang.
But look at all, there's the center stack of this thing's all digital. There's screens everywhere. Kelly, how many screens are in this thing? Or how much screen?
There's over 75 inches of screen in this.
Wow,
beast.
that's ridiculous, but it's just everywhere. And fire the thing up, Kelly. Let's just see what one of these screens look like. So the new set, they're very Stellantis is very proud of their new center stacks. It's going in a lot of their vehicles now. Nice. I like that this screen, the center screen here with the navigation on, it just feels where it should be. You know, in the day and age where Tesla was doing everything sticking up, so everybody thought they needed to do something sticking up. This blends really, really well. I love the flow of everything. I like the little detail here. It just breaks up the black. This, I don't even know what you would call this exactly, but it just breaks it up a little bit. Really cool. I like the inlay that they've done with Grand Wagoneer. The vents, everything just blends really well. Now you've got all these seat options, and of course Kelly's going to put it on the massaging seats as soon as she gets into one of these vehicles. So there you can see that. Just got it on medium, and you've got all these options. You got waterfall, and it shows you there what it does.
That's for me right there, that lower back right there.
All right, I'm gonna join Kelly in the fun, so I'm gonna hit waterfall. But pretty nice options on it. Rock climb.
Rock climb. Oh, rock climb. It's not that kind of rock climb, folks.
But look at all your buttons down here. Everything's very nice. It seems to be, there's your hazards, so, but it's all kind of a push button. Now the one thing do not like dials for shifting. All right, along with this fancy dial, you've got some modes to it. You got sport, auto, snow, sand and mud, and rock. I don't know that I'm ever taking this where I need to go where there's rock, I'll be honest, but if you want to, it's capable of doing it. But definitely for snow and stuff, if you're going skiing or whatever, you want to take this up into the mountains, this is definitely the vehicle for you. Kelly's my chauffeur today because this thing, look at all the screens out here. Like, you know, Kelly said there's over 75 inches of screens. Yes. I believe it. They're just everywhere. And nice seats in the back of this thing. Once again, you're getting all the nice stitching to it. Not as fancy as up front. I think your chauffeur is going to do well, and you're going to do pretty nicely in it. But let's hop in the back of this thing. All right, I'm in this. Very comfortable seat. It's a very firm seat. I will say not a lot of bolstering here on the sides of this one, but this is your passengers. You know, clearly all the comfort goes up front, but you're not skimping out back here because, well, little Timmy, he's got a place to play his Xbox here, man. You've got this full screen. It's got headphones. You've got, or you can USB to it. You've got the HDMI port. So you definitely, when mom's like telling Timmy, hey, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Okay, just put in the headphones and go. All your controls for this, definitely right here. So you've got heated and cooled seats back here, which is very nice. I mean, for the price of this vehicle, you definitely expect that. But it's all touch button on this. Very, very fast to respond, as you can see. You know, if you want to go hot, cold, you definitely, it's all touch button. Now, I know a lot of people in the front do not like fully touch button stuff like this, but I think that's because you don't want to be distracted when you're driving. I think for the back of this thing, no problems at all in this. All right, you guys know I like to get in the back of these vehicles, see if little 5-foot Dave can get in the back of this and still feel comfortable. Now, being 5'8", I'm ideal for this because half the time I don't fit in some of these third rows, so I'm curious how you do it. Now, there's a button up here you push. Look at that. Lots of room to get in here. We got a grab handle up here, so if I want to grab that, get in. Make my way back here, pull that back, and I have to say, there is a lot of room back here. Now, I don't know that the seat's fully all the way back to where it should be. But as you can see, even from the center here, there's a lot of room between me and the center console. So the people in the third row, you actually feel like you're maybe in the second row in this thing, and as you should. You've got a lot of features. You got cup holders, place to hide your stuff. You got USB A and C once again, and you've got reclining seats. Look at that. So I can actually get a little more comfortable. I push it straight forward. See if we can see it this way. You've got all kinds of stuff. You want to open up. You want a little bit of coolness, but it doesn't open, unfortunately. But but you get a little hot. You're like, hey, that's just too much. It's just too much. They can have all the sun. I'm back here relaxing like an executive. Kelly, what do you think of the back here?
Oh, I'm a big fan of it. I'll be honest, all the automatic buttons and things like that are a huge selling point to me because I don't like to have to figure out where to pull, where it's gonna do all the things. Yeah. So the fact that I can actually just push a button. Oh.
Yeah. Most of the time though, in the third row, you're very limited. Like your seats, you do not get to recline at all. So it's pretty nice in this thing that you can recline. Now, what I'm really curious about, and the mom and you should love this, Kelly, is when you mess with all these seats, what does it do for cargo areas? So let's check it out. Let's look at the back. You gotta love power gates on this stuff. In this day and age, your arms are always full of something.
Always full. You're always doing multiple things. So the importance of having that ability to just push a button quickly to go ahead and get in. I will say, I do wish it had
the kick.
Yeah, I wish it had the kick open on it, just because sometimes your hands are just really full in it. But yeah, as you can see, our bags are not just standing up, they're actually laying down, because look at all the cargo room you have in there. So it is actually like 6 times what you typically see.
And looks like you're getting speakers back here. You got all kinds of adjustments. You've got, looks like we got a little plug for the aux plug like that. You've got ways to hold and set this thing. So if you don't want it collapsing on you, but you want to put it down a little bit, clearly you can put three babies back here. That would seem crazy.
3 car seats in the third row.
Yeah, they'd be all the way back there, but you throw some car seats back there, and as you can see, it's a mile up front. But all the space in this thing, Kelly, how do you like it?
I'm a big fan of it. I know I keep saying that about this vehicle, but when you're a car fan, you're a car fan. And when you see things you like, you really, really do. Maybe you forgot to put the rows down and you really need it to go ahead and lay something super big in here. So you've actually got controls for the second row and the third row. So we're gonna go ahead and do the third row first so you can see that.
And see the seat rest did its own thing. So it lays down nice and flat.
Gonna go ahead and do the third right.
And I like the little delay to the headrest. It's just like, oh, I'll get there, bam, then bam.
When it's needed, it goes up and goes down.
So that's pretty cool. But look at all just right there.
Yeah.
That's a lot of space.
That's a truck bed.
That is a truck bed. That's a mid-sized truck bed. Just right there. And not that I'm going to throw bags of mulch in this high dollar thing, but you've got the ability, if you've got skis, anything long, a surfboard would probably fit back there.
Well, I'll be honest, we picked up a 70-inch flat screen a couple of months ago, and it was real snug to get in the Bronco, but let me tell you, this has been easy.
Not here. And you still have the ability for more room.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and show you the second row going down.
Look at that.
That's fast.
Look at that. Like, you have the Titanic of room here. Like, don't take this ship down, but if you need to throw those seats down, they are going down. And now you have almost a full-size truck bed. Now, granted, there's the center stack in there, which is going to be kind of in the way. But once again, if you got, like I said, long things like skis or fishing poles, anything super long, you now have the ability to put them in the back of your vehicle. And well, my only mom and dad are going on that trip, but mom and dad are gonna be happy because they got the whole house in their Grand Wagoneer.
And what's great about these buttons too is that they do go ahead and pull your third row back up. Now you are going to have to manually put the headrests up of the third row, and you do have to manually put the seats up for the second row, but
First world problems.
First world problems, right? So.
All right, final thoughts with us. This thing is how much, Kelly?
$109,000, so you get what you pay for.
There's a lot of cheddar involved in this. Obviously, there's a certain clientele for this vehicle that can afford this, and I think it's a nice vehicle. I do think there's a couple little things that I'm not going to mention right now. If we get one as a press blown down, I might do more detailed, in-depth of little things that I didn't like about it. But I have to say, scale 1 to 10, where are you at with it?
If we had the money, I'm at a 9.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'm going to give it probably an 8.5 right now. I would like to live with it a little bit longer to see if it, will it force me to turn my hat forwards, or will I keep it back here? I do like the get up and go of this engine. Like I said, I can't say enough about it. I was very interested in this vehicle for the engine, let alone. But I think what you get in this vehicle, you're getting a lot of features. You're paying for those features, so you should get those features. And overall, it's a perfect family cruiser. And I mean the whole family, like grandma and grandpa. So whether it be 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, it matters what you drive today, because we're in the Grand Wagoneer Obsidian, and we're out. Peace.